Hello YouTube, it's December 31st, the year 2017. We're making black-eyed peas and cabbage, the good luck food of the South. What we're going to need to make our mixture that goes inside the cabbage rolls is 2 pounds of some kind of ground meat. I'm using a lean pork loin sausage that I make. I cut all the fat off the pork loin. And we're also using some longhorn beef that we get that is pastured meat with no antibiotics, etc. To that we're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt and a teaspoon each of black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, 3 eggs, a cup and a half of cooked rice. Put your hands in there and mix it all up together. I chose to not add the rice today for personal reasons. But do add it in, it does give it a good flavor. This is our meat mixture when we get it all mixed up. This is what it looks like once the camera comes into focus. There it is. We're going to set this back into the refrigerator and keep it cool while we're prepping our cabbage. To the bottom of the Instant Pot we're going to put 2 cups of water, place the cabbage into the steamer basket, put it on 5 minutes of high pressure, and that will cook the cabbage enough to where we can start taking the layers off. What I'm going to also do is get me a large bowl with some ice and add a little water to it. That way we can cool our cabbage off in the ice water, so it'll make it easier to handle so we can peel the layers off. While the cabbage is cooking, we're going to start putting our tomato sauce mixture together, the ingredients you'll need is a 46-ounce can of tomato juice, not sauce, juice. And to that we're going to add, we reserved half of the onions and bell peppers for the sauce. We're going to reserve a 1/4 cup each of those out for our black-eyed peas for later. So you'll put the remaining onion and bell peppers in here. You're going to add 2 teaspoons of KNORR chicken bouillon, tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon each of black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Stir that all up, set it aside, and we'll use it later in our layers for our cabbage rolls. Once we've got this done, we're going to start prepping our black-eyed peas. I have 2 Instant Pots, so in the 6 quart I'm going to make the black-eyed peas. I've got 3 pieces of bacon in the bottom with 4 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to fry the bacon on the saute setting until it's crisp and rendered all the fat out. We will remove the bacon out of the bottom of the pot, pour the fat off, and you'll want your bacon good and crisp. That way you've rendered all the fat off out of it. You pour the fat off into a jar and reserve it for later. We're going to use that to make some good iron skillet cornbread. Place those onions and bell peppers into the bottom. Take a wooden spoon and deglaze all that bacon goodness out of the bottom of the Instant Pot. If there's not enough moisture in your onions and bell peppers, add a 1/4 cup of water or more if you would like. We're going to be adding plenty of water to the cook the peas in. Deglaze all you can, and we're going to rinse our black-eyed peas in a colander. We're going to add those in here on top of the onions and bell peppers with 2 quarts of water. See, there's our bacon fat that we have the olive oil in that's diluted that bacon fat down and just basically reserve the flavor. We're going to use that when we make our cornbread. Put your black-eyed peas in the pot, stir it around, add 2 quarts of water. Then to that you're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt, and then a 1/2 teaspoon each of black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. That's kind of our go-to seasoning. It's what we like to cook with, so you use what you like to cook with. You're going to place the lid on the Instant Pot, and we're going to pressure these black-eyed peas for 35 minutes. Okay, now we've got our water and our black-eyed peas. We're going to put the lid on the pot, and we're going to pressure these black-eyed peas for 35 minutes with a natural pressure release of about 10 to 15 minutes. Now we're going to start making our cabbage rolls. First thing we're going to do to the pieces of cabbage that we pulled off in layers is we're going to cut this vein off the back side of the cabbage. So just carefully take a paring knife and get under it and take that vein off. It's just kind of stringy. Then you'll place a heaping tablespoon of the meat mixture into the bottom side of the leaf, roll it over, tuck in the sides, continue rolling, and you're going to put them in a plate or another pan or container with the seam side down. That'll keep them closed for you. So just very easily remove this vein. It's stringy. You can see here that it's not something you'd really want to eat. Just keeps your cabbage rolls more tender. So add your heaping tablespoon of the meat mixture, roll it over, tuck the sides, and continue rolling until you've rolled it all the way up. Just keep doing this until you get them all made. As you can see on this one, every cabbage leaf is not going to be perfect. This one's split on the bottom, so I just started from the side and did the best I could and rolled it up, and it still made a nice looking cabbage roll. This vein is just the back side of the cabbage, and you can see it as you're peeling them off. And it's kind of stringy like how celery can be if it gets older and tough. You may find that when you're peeling your layers off that you get to where the cabbage maybe didn't cook long enough. If that happens, just place it back in the Instant Pot for another minute on high pressure. Remove it, place it back in the ice water, and just keep peeling the layers off. You'll get down to where you've got about a softball size amount of cabbage left. I just chop that up and we'll cook it later in the week, and maybe just make some regular just boiled cabbage with maybe a piece or two of bacon in it or sausage or whatever. When you put your cabbage rolls in the pot to cook them, I put a cup and a half of water in the bottom, added 2 teaspoons of KNORR bouillon. This just flavors your water. That way this water doesn't dilute your tomato sauce down to where it loses flavor. After you get a layer of the cabbage rolls in there, then ladle on some of your sauce mixture. And you'll just keep continuing to add the cabbage rolls in layers till you get them all in there. If you've got any sauce left over, just pour it over the top. We're going to place the lid on, and we're going to pressure these for 30 minutes. The reason why we kind of staggered them in the pot is that way the sauce can get all around the outside of them, and they can cook evenly, and all of them will be done at the same time. Again, we pressured them for 30 minutes. After they cooked for 30 minutes, I did a natural pressure release of about 5 to 6 minutes. And then I released the steam. Through the magic of TV, here's our black-eyed peas, and they look great. They cooked exactly how we wanted them. At this time, taste to see if they need salt or black pepper. Season them the way you like them. We're releasing the remaining steam off our cabbage rolls. Once the steam is released, there's our cabbage rolls, and don't they look fantastic? We'll remove one onto a plate and cut it open and taste them and see what they taste like. Look great. This would even be a great addition to a paleo diet, because if you leave out the rice, you don't have that addition. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. The recipe will be listed below. Hope you have a great 2018. I hope it's better than 2017. May your life be prosperous. And this is the Pressured Prepper, and I'm out.